Hi everyone, in this video I will be presenting to you all of the Bridge Officer space traits from the order of best to most useless. So this is only going to be a general ranking because some of the space traits are pretty specialized for specific build types. So yep, let's get to it. And some of you probably figured it out by now, but the first one will be Superior Romulan Operative, which most people will tell you is the best Bridge Officer space trait available to you. So plus 2% critical chance and plus 5% critical severity and plus 15% power recharge speed for cloaking. So that translates to roughly 2 seconds off your total cooldown of your cloak. Now where can you get this? So I'm at the New Romulus Embassy, walk into the turbo lift, go to Ops, and go to the second console. So this is assuming your fleet has this already unlocked. And your only source of this trait, if you are a non-Romulan Republic character, is from the rare Romulan Male Tactical Officer, as you can see here. So yep, this is the only source for you. And it is recommended, if you can afford this, to have every single one of your tactical Bridge Officer stations to be this guy. But if you are a Romulan Republic character, you don't want this guy. For you, this guy is genetically inferior. Just a joke there. But for you, your Romulan, Superior Romulan Operative, you can get for every single profession for every single one of your stations. So that's nice. You can have a total of 5, which translates to roughly 10% increase to critical chance and 25% increase to critical severity. So that's quite significant, isn't it? And you can get this from the exchange, and sometimes from the duty officer recruitment system. So let's go to the exchange. Okay, so at the exchange, type in, for example, Romulan Eng to pull up all of the Romulan engineering officers. So the ones that we'll have will likely be more expensive, and they are only found on rare and very rare ones. So, oh my goodness, they've gone up in price the last time I checked. So yeah, these ones apparently don't have it. So of course when you're checking them out, the price might have changed again. So, oh, this one for example, this Romulan engineer has Superior Romulan Operative, so this is one of them you want to get. And of course, Romulan Tac for tactical, and Romulan Psi for science. And you can get them for free, technically, by doing your operations duty officer assignments at the very bottom. I right now have the chance to get a Romulan engineering officer and a Romulan science, and this assignment takes 48 hours, and at the end you might get a Romulan bridge officer that might have Superior Romulan Operative. So while we're here, let's also talk about the other space traits that are exclusive to Romulans. So the first one is Subterfuge, which gives a plus 2.5 defense rating and plus 10% bonus damage when you are in ambush mode, so after decloaking. So this is, the plus 10% is actually pretty significant, and 150 stealth when you're using cloak abilities. I mean, NPCs can basically not detect you when you're cloaked regardless anyway, so that's somewhat pointless, but it's there. And on Remans, you have access to Infiltrator. This one has Superior Infiltrator, which gives plus 200 stealth, so we covered that that's kind of useless. Plus 3.8 defense rating, and on decloak your ambush duration is extended by 10 seconds. So basically, Infiltrator and Subterfuge do not stack, but Superior Romulan Operative definitely stacks. So, but you can use Superior Infiltrator, Regular Infiltrator, and Basic if you want to, but you would rather want Superior Romulan Operative for all 5 stations, assuming you have 5 stations on your ship, if you plan on going this route for these space traits. And this guy is from the Delta Pack, and once you buy the Delta Pack, you go to Personnel and, oh, not Species, Bridge Officers, to grab your Delta Rising Bridge Officers. And these guys are obviously exclusive to Romulan Republic characters. And the other one is this one that also has Superior Subterfuge. So yeah, so I'm stacking Superior Subterfuge alongside regular Subterfuge. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to the next space trait. The next Bridge Officer space trait is Engineered Soldier Space. So this gives you plus 5% all weapon damage, plus 1% critical chance, and plus 2.5% critical severity. So the stats here are half the amount that Superior Romulan Operative gets. And the plus 5 all weapon damage is not exactly significant, but it's there. So this is called Category 1 damage, and there's also Category 2 damage, which is bonus, which is significantly more, gives you a significantly more increase to damage compared to just regular increase. And these ones you probably want for your non-tactical bridge stations if you're a non-Romulan player. So this is available for Science, this guy, and for Engineer. And of course you have the choice of adding your where is he? a tactical one. So these ones are exclusive from the Gamma Vanguard pack. So these ones are pretty expensive, and after purchasing this, go into Personnel Bridge Officers and pick up your, oh, not this one, sorry, Jemadar Vanguard Bridge Officers. So yeah, this one it's one choice if you want to increase your critical severity and critical chance if you're a non-Romulan. So yeah, let's move on. The next trait is Pirate, which gives you plus 1.5% bonus all damage. So as I was mentioning, this is Category 2 damage, so this 1.5 is actually more significant than the 5% on the Jemadar Vanguard, and gives you 150 Starship stealth, so not exactly significant, but it's there. And this is exclusive to the hierarchy. The hierarchy bridge officer, which you can get from alliances, and you can only get him once. So if you dismiss him, he's gone forever. And Pirate is also available on Nausicaans. So you notice here that the hierarchy also has Efficient, and I'll talk about Efficient later. But plus 7.5% Starship Warcore efficiency, which improves power levels when your power is low. So yeah, Pirate you can Pirate you can get from Nausicaan and from the hierarchy buff. So let's move on. And I forgot, in addition, once you get rank 4 diplomatic on your Federation character and you speak to Ambassador Sugihara, you have access to a bridge officer of the opposite faction, so Klingon, and you can purchase a Nausicaan for Pirate. Now we can move on to the next trait. Alright, so we're on the 3rd floor of the Junior Colony, and you can speak to the recruitment officer, assuming your fleet has this unlocked, where you can purchase Kantari and Lucari bridge officers. So we're going to cover Kantaris first, and then talk about Lucaris later in the video. So here we're looking at the trait Kantari Ferocity, which here it says killing grants damage buff. So the stats are not here, but from my sources it's after you kill something, for 15 seconds you will have a 2% increase of bonus all damage. So it's more than Pirate, but it's after you kill something, and it stacks up to 5 times. So overall, I think Pirate is slightly better than this. And also this is extremely expensive. So yeah, this is why I'm placing Pirate above Kantari Ferocity. But And the nice thing about these are it also has leadership, which I'll talk about later, and superior efficiency, which I have talked about, but we'll cover later in a more elaborate sense. So that's nice. Alright, let's move on. The next trait is photographic memory. So this trait is exclusive to Cardassians, and it's plus 1.5% weapon damage, plus 1.5 accuracy and defense. And this one you can get from the requisition officer directly if you own the Cardassian species. So it's at the very bottom, and relatively cheap. And it is available to all professions, so that's nice. So the reason, one of the reasons that the Cardassian species is 1,000 Zen compared to 600 for other species is this reason alone. Well, no, sorry. The reason that you can buy them at common quality from a bridge officer, requisition officer, and also the exclusive Cardassian costume, but we're getting sidetracked. Your other source is by buying them from the exchange. As you can see here, for example, engineering. And they're relatively cheap. Just a few million. Well, I'm saying relatively, right? And be sure you buy the one to correct your faction. And I've tried this already, but if you click on only show usable items, it doesn't work on bridge officers. And yep, they all have photographic memory, and there is no there's no superior or basic version of it, so people that own the Cardassian species are lucky. They can just buy it from the requisition officer. So yep, next up, Space Warfare Specialist. So this one is an extremely rare bridge officer space trait, because this is only available on certain amounts of bridge officers, Julian Bashir hologram being one of them. And other sources include some special human Klingon / Romulan officers, which people back in the day where Cryptic broke a significant update gave away these officers with Space Warfare Specialist. So those people have access to this. Normal players don't. And there is a basic Space Warfare Specialist that's also available for Romulans. And while that's nice, Romulans have access to superior Romulan operatives, so there's no real reason to have that. As you can see here, the traits: improved defense, weapon chance, weapon accuracy, critical chance, and critical severity of only +5. That's almost negligible. But yeah, let me just switch to my Romulan, one of my Romulan characters, and I'll show the Vex. Okay, so this was the Vex. I kind of renamed him, but anyways, here's basic Space Warfare Specialist, so it's only +4 of those previous stats, but it's there. But if you're a Romulan, you don't want this guy. I mean, he's a cool character. He actually has pretty interesting... He's pretty useful for ground, I'd say, even though it's just basic veteran. But anyways, the next one is Efficient, which you can find on almost every single Liberated Borg bridge officer. So Efficient gives, as I showed already, +7.5 warp core efficiency. And the hierarchy buff I showed earlier has this, as well as Kantara and Lucari bridge officers, which have the superior version. So I would love to show you the stats for that one, but I don't own any of those. So yeah. And some alien bridge officers, Cardassians, Saurians, Vulcans, and Lethians, might also have Efficient, but it's very rare for those ones to have it. Okay, moving on. Alright, the next one we're looking at is Leadership. So this one you can find mostly on all of the humans, and some photonic officers such as Zulu. I mean, he's quote-unquote human. and also on Lucari and Kantari bridge officers. So this trait is probably one of the best ones you can have for tank builds, as it's plus 3% starship regeneration in combat per minute, and plus 5% hull regeneration out of combat, and plus 20 resistance rating to duration of subsystem offline. And it is stackable, so you can have all of your stations filled with this trait, as most of my tank builds do. Alright, and the next one is K13 Survival Tactics. And this one varies depending on your bridge officer's profession. So for tactical, on Jerry here, it's plus 10 starship defense and plus 10 starship accuracy. So that's cool, I guess. Avril here, engineering, has plus 10 impulse expertise and plus 10 electroplasma system flow, so power transfer rate and speed and turn rate. And Ling here, science, has plus 10 control expertise and drain expertise. So, and obviously you can get these traits from K13 bridge officers. Okay, moving on. We're at the Fleet Research Lab, so enter here, go here to the bridge officer vendor, and you can access Krenim bridge officers. These officers, even though it doesn't show it, depending on their profession, have temporal applied science, temporal engineering, and temporal tactics. So yeah, accordingly to their profession, which give a recharge decrease to your bridge officer abilities specific to the profession of 10% power recharge, and it can stack up to 3 times on different active officers. So these are nice for reducing bridge officer recharge, but then you can just use photonic officer or those 3 technicians with auxiliary power to battery. But if you don't have room for those, which would be weird, you can use these. But yep, that's their trait. And the next one we can find in the Lobi store under Ship and Crew. Go to the very bottom. Right now we're going to look at the Xindi Reptilian Tactical Officer. So this officer has Impatient, which works very similarly to Temporal X that the Krenims have, but this is power recharge speed of 5%, so half, but it applies to all bridge officer abilities. And it's exclusive to him. And for 300 low buy, I really would not actually buy this guy, but it's a choice. He also has Vicious, pretty nice ground trait, so... And also if you like Xindi Reptilians, this is one of the ways to get him. He's also on the exchange for very expensive, but yeah. Alright, next up. Okay, so we're back to the recruitment officer on Junior Colony. We're going to look at Lucari bridge officers, which have Restorative Protomatter Specialist. So here it says bonus shield and hull healing, but according to my source, this is actually plus 10% increase to outgoing hull healing and plus 10% increase to outgoing shield healing. So outgoing as in, it only benefits people you yourself heal. So this has basically no benefit to yourself. But this would be an invaluable trait for heal and general supportive builds that heal others. So this is nice to have if you're using those kind of builds. And in addition, leadership and superior efficiency. Okay, let's move on. Welcome to K13. So we're going to go to the Bridge Officer Personnel Officer, which, as I just beamed in, you watched me walk into this room. And he or she, depending on the instance that you're in, will sell you special bridge officers, Andrea type android and Dr. Brown type android. And these two have streamlined retrofit engineering, which here it says increase skill-based stats, but basically it's... Oh, sorry. It's K13 Survivor Engineering, but better. So it's plus 15 Starship Impulse Expertise and plus 15 Electroplasma Flow. So yeah, speed and turn rate and power transfer rate. The only reason I put the K13 Survivor over these is because these two are barely customizable bridge officers, and you can customize your K13 officers any way you want. Well, under limit, of course. So, yeah, these two could be nice bridge officers for engineering if you like TOS characters and this trait. And as I mentioned, you can get your profession-specific K13 Survivor trait by purchasing the ones from here. Okay, so the last two bridge officer space traits are bordering on useless. And the first one we're looking at is Elusive from the Elachi bridge officer, which is only plus 10, not even plus 10% defense rating. And you can get this guy from Beneath the Skin. Unlike the Hierarchy bridge officer, you can get this guy over and over again, even if you dismiss him. So
this is Captain Kumarke of the LSS Reskava. My research group is under attack.
Yeah, but one cool thing about this guy is that when you go into a Elachi-like environment, he does not need an EV suit or a rebreather, naturally. So, nice coding on the part of the devs. So that's very cool. And the final, and to me the most useless bridge officer trait, go to the Lobi store, ship's crew, is the Talaxian bridge officers, which have salvage specialist. And this, not shown here, is when you attack a target that has below 25% hull, you have a 5% chance, just 5, of getting a random R&D material. So the random stuff that gets dropped in your R&D tab, I don't actually have any right now, but it would be a good way to show this. For example, give me a moment. Yeah, these things, the raw materials and stuff. So I suppose if you're a crafter, these might be nice for you. But I suppose the other use for you is probably if you're going for the role-playing aspect. For example, you want a full or you want a partial crew of Talaxians. LTS lifetime subscription can have a Talaxian character, so there's one way to get these guys. Well, for 300 Lobi and in the ballpark of 90 million EC on the exchange. So type Talaxian Psi, Talaxian Tech, Talaxian Eng for access of these guys on the exchange. But wait, there's more. So I just talked about all the relatively easily obtainable bridge officer starship space traits. Now there's 3 more that are available on extremely specialized and exclusive bridge officers. So those are Technician, Astrophysicist, and Techie. So let's look at Scotty. Where is he? There he is, Scotty. And he has the Techie trait, which is plus 20 Starship Hull Restoration and plus 20 Starship Damage Control. Not the most significant stuff, but it's cool. And Techie is also available from Nog, from the Exchange DS9 Lockbox, or the Muds Market pack, which I'll show in a second. Astrophysicist is available on Spock, and also on Weiyun, which is plus 10 Exotic Particle Generator, plus 10 Drain, plus 10 Perception. And now I can show you the so Muds Market, the Muds out of this Wormhole Choice Pack, which one of your choices is the DS9 Bridge Officers. And as I showed earlier, Julian Bashir has Space Warfare Specialist, and this is one of the ways you can also get him. So, yep. I didn't actually get these guys, but if you do get this pack and choose them, it's unlocked for your entire account, so it's an option. And finally, exclusive only to Uhura, she has Tactician, which increases weapon damage for energy and kinetics. So if you're doing energy and kinetic damage builds, she's one that you could use. And she also has leadership, so that's nice. So based on the order that I showed you, all of these Bridge Officer space traits, from top to bottom, minus these last three that I showed, you want them instead of the ones lower on the list. Unless you're going for a specialized build, such as I said, Restorative Protomatter Specialist on Lucaris, which is good for heal builds and support builds, or Leadership here, which is nice for tank builds. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and ring the notification bell to be notified for future videos. Helps out the channel quite a lot, and it's free, so why not? Also, you can contribute to my Patreon if you want to, link in the description, where you'll also find my link to membership, and my Discord server where you can speak to fans and myself directly. Thank you for watching again, and see you guys next time. Bye!